Oh my lord. You already know what today's video is from the title, but I am so excited, as I always am, for anything Pat McGrath Labs. But we are reviewing today the new Pat McGrath Labs Cross Bridgerton collection. I have the eyeshadow palette and the blush and highlight palette. I am so excited to test these out and see what they are like on the face. So let's just go ahead and get stuck straight into it. Now, before we do, you know the deal, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get right into testing new Pat products. Recently, Pat McGrath released a collaboration with Bridgerton, which Bridgerton is like my all-time favorite TV show. I love it. I have watched it from start to finish that many times. I cannot wait for the new season. I'm so excited. So when I saw that this was Pat Cross Bridgerton, I immediately was like, I have to have this. It's like two of my greatest loves had a baby. I'm all here for it. And I have to say that originally when I saw the eyeshadow palette like color scheme released, I was a bit like, yeah, I mean, it's beautiful, but like, do I really like it? And then the more I saw her use it on her Instagram in tutorials, I was just like, okay, I actually need this palette. It is beautiful. And then getting it in person, it really, really is quite stunning. I picked up the eyeshadow palette and the blush and highlighter palette. So we are going to demo both of these today, but I'll quickly run you through like the details. You've probably seen a couple of reviews already, but just in case, I'm gonna run you through them. Overall in the collection, she did release the 6-pan eyeshadow palette, the blush and highlight trio. So you get 2 blushes and a highlighter in it, and then also 2 separate highlighters. Now, I didn't pick up those 2 separate highlighters because those kind of colors on my skin tone, I just don't think will be very suitable. I was originally going to pick them up just to show you guys and also just to have them, and I was like, you know what? I don't need them, and I think it's okay to not get them. So I really exercised my restraint, pat on the back. But I just don't think that those particular shades of highlighters were for me. First up, we have the blush and highlight palette. So this one came in the outer carton, which is like this, and then this is the actual packaging of the palette itself. It's very much like the actual outer carton packaging is basically on this one, and then on the back you have like a sticker. I don't super love this, but it could be an Australian thing because sometimes they have to put different stickers on for us because of our regulations or something. And then it has the purple flowers here, which is super pretty. And the shades in this particular palette, which I will open for you in a second, is Cherish, Nymphette, and Venus Nectar. This is the inside of the palette. Now you get a mirror up the top here, and then this is the actual shades. So this one is Cherish, Nymphette, and Venus Nectar. I do think Venus Nectar will be slightly too dark for me. However, I think when I have a fake tan on, it should be okay, but we'll try it today and we'll see how we go. It's just makeup. I can wash it off if it's too dark today. Moving on to the eyeshadow palette. Again, you have the outer packaging right here, and then this is the actual eyeshadow palette itself. So the exact same packaging carries over, and then on the back you have the sticker with the shade names and all of the information in the purple flowers. So very much like same as the blush palette. This one, again, expiry is 18 months, made in Italy, and then it has all the shades on the back. So let's go ahead and have a look at the inside of this particular palette. So this is the palette itself. Is it not beautiful? I really, really love the detailing of like the embossments here with the bees and like the queen head. It's so stunning. Now, this palette does have different finishes in it. So for example, right here you have a blue astral shade, which is called Regency Blue, and then you have 2 satin mattes right here, which are the 2 pinky tone ones. So the top one here is called Art of the Swoon, and then this one here is called Love Match. And then you have a metallic formula right here called Duchess Divinity, a matte formula called Plum Regalia, and then she's called this shade a highlighter, a light with Soiree Ready Sparkle. So there you go. I think it's more just like a metallic shade though, and that one's called Iconic Ingenue, I think. I don't know. I cannot pronounce that for the life of me. The cost of these 2 products, the eyeshadow palette itself was $105 and the blush and highlighter palette is $82. These are Australian prices. I don't have the US pricing, sorry, because the Pat website for me automatically defaults to Australian. It'll just be cheaper than that. is what you should know. And then I got these two in a bundle for 170 Australian dollars, so saved a little bit of money there. I think off the top of my head, what is that, like $15 or $20 saved? So, which I basically took that saving and then paid for express shipping. So if you are wondering, especially fellow Australians, if you're like, how come I'm still waiting for mine and you got yours so quickly? I do always pay the $15 for express shipping with Pat. I know that the other shipping is free, but for me, anytime I've gotten the free shipping from Pat, it's always been like minimum 4 to 6 weeks shipping. Whereas when I pick up the express shipping, from the actual date of them shipping the order, it's usually less than a week that I actually get the product itself. All right, I think that is all of the details that we need to know for now. I'm sorry if I have left any off. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna film the swatches of the eyeshadow palette and the blush and highlighter palette for you guys so that you can see them swatched. And then we are gonna go straight into creating a look together with the eyeshadow palette and putting some blush and highlighter on. So let's get to swatching. Okay, so they were the swatches. Now let's go ahead and start with the eye look first because I'm not sure what eye look I'm going to create to match my blush, you know? But I will say just when swatching this shadow really impressed me and took me by surprise. I really didn't think that I would care so much about that shadow, but when I swatched it, I could actually see me using that nearly every day, just all over the lid, just absolutely stunning. So yeah, they're very pretty, and I will say the satin mattes swatch very lovely, and this matte swatched beautifully as well. It almost felt a lot more creamier than her normal mattes, but we'll see what happens when I put it on the eye. I have no idea what eye look I'm going to create today as per normal. I'm just going to quickly prime with my Makeup by Mario primer first. Let's just start with this one because this is kind of one of the lighter ones, and I'm gonna pick this up on my Refa number 15, and we're just going to, it's like a satin matte, so it's not a true matte, but we're just gonna see how it goes in the crease because YOLO. So we're just going to, not a revolutionary eye look today, you guys. I want to just try as many of the colors as I can. And that's going to be the focus. That's going in the crease really pretty though. It's a lot brighter than I thought it was. Like that, you could almost wear that as like a blush, honestly. I'm sad to see the embossing go though. The B's like nearly gone already. That's pretty. Very, very, very easy to blend out. Like I don't know if you guys saw how quick and easy that was to blend out. So nice, I like it so far. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, you guys, sorry, that this collection is currently sold out. However, they are doing another drop, so you can sign up to like the wait list on her website as well. So it's not like sold out and gone forever. It is limited edition, the collection itself, but they are doing another drop. I reckon they'll probably do maybe 1 or 2 more drops, to be honest, depending on the demand. That color's pretty. It's very bubblegum pink. So if you like that like bubblegum pink color, I think you'll really like that. But I do have to admit that blended out very, very, very easily. Like actually easier than most of her matte shades. So let's go into the other satin shade right here as well, and we'll use this to darken up the crease further. So this is just a What's Up Beauty R103 brush, and I'm just going to concentrate this a little bit further into the crease and just kind of create that depth. I would totally use this just all over the lid on its own. It's so pretty. Well, that's looking really nice so far. It's so much pinker on the eye than like you would expect, but it's looking really pretty and blending so effortlessly, truly. That really is blending so effortlessly. Now I'm picking up a What's Up Beauty R102 brush, and I'm gonna dip into this like chocolatey matte. And this felt really good quality when I was swatching it. So let's see how this performs on the eye. There is a bit of a kick up with that matte, so just be mindful. And I'm just going to really concentrate this in the outer corner here. I just wanna deepen it up quite a bit. It is like a really nice plum brown, this color too. It's quite lovely. I would say this matte's performing quite well, but I would need to see it on its own, I guess, before I could fully decide that. But it's blending underneath those satin mattes quite nice. Yeah, that's really quite nice. Well, all I can say is those blended out so quickly and easily and lovely, truly. Like that was like a pleasure to use. That was really, 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 really easy. So happy with that. Also happy with the colors. Very pretty, very pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath Labs Intensify stick and I'm going to pop this over the lid about 3/4 of the way. And then I'm gonna pick up this beautiful metallic shade right here because it's so pretty. I need to put it all over the lids. Oh, I have to. It's a must. Now I am gonna wet the brush just because I have done my base makeup and I just want to minimize any potential fallout I could get. If I hadn't done my base makeup, I wouldn't have, but this feels like the typical matte metallic formula from Pat, to be honest, and it's stunning. Like, look at that color. Oh my Lord. I'm gonna wear that every day. That's stunning. If you like these kind of, oh my gosh, if you like these tones, you're gonna love this. That is divine, divine. Wow, I am obsessed with that color. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pick up the blue Astral shade and I'm actually going to just do this because I will get glitter everywhere. And I'm gonna tap this. I have not wet my brush because I just want it to be like glittery. And look at how amazing that is. Oh, that just adds like a whole other dimension. Oh wow, holy balls. Look at that. Does that even translate to camera? Because my God, that is so pretty. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm just gonna take this shade first for my under eyes. This is just a Delium Tools 777 shader brush. And I will run that underneath here. And then I'll just pick up a rougher number 3 and go into the matte here. And I'll run that underneath here as well. For the very last shade, we're gonna pick this up on a pencil brush. I'm gonna pop this onto the inner corner here. That's actually really pretty. I mean, is it anything unique? No, like she has quite a lot of these shades in her Mothership palettes, but it's still really pretty and it is different. It's got like the subtlest of pink shift in it. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna go and put some eyeliner on my, like, you know, and upper waterlines and my mascara, and I will be right back and we will put the blush and highlight to the test. So just a jiffy. The mascara and eyeliner is on and my lips are done because I knew exactly what kind of lip I wanted to do with this look. All of those products will be linked down below for you if you are interested in what I'm wearing. Just quickly, the lipstick is Charlotte Tilbury Runway Royalty, of course. And I did put a little bit of this Pat McGrath Divine Rose Lust gloss over the top just to kind of tie in that little bit of like a pinky mauvey tone. So let's go ahead and do highlighter and blush because I feel very naked without it. Now I have my Mario brush here, which I like to use. I have a very strong feeling based off the swatches that this highlighter is going to be way too dark for me. But, you know, whoa, there's so much kick up on this. I've not had this before. And I don't know if you can even see how much product just went on to, like that's, I've not had that from her Golden Nectar highlight. So I'm gonna tap all of that off because, okay, well then I feel like now I just got nothing on there, okay. I feel like I can just get away with this right now, like just, if I use a very light hand, but if I have a tan, I actually think that will look quite nice. So, you know, I mean, it would have to be a dark tan, but you know what I mean. I'm very pale, you guys, just for reference, I'm very pale. Okay, so let's go ahead. We might as well just use both blushes, I think. So let's go ahead and dip into this one first. And again, so much kick up. Her other blushes do not, like her other, like the blushes in the compact and the highlighter do not have kick up like this, like at all. Like I have to like dig into the blushes kind of. So I don't know if they're a different formula or not, or if it's just these colors, but I mean, it still looks lovely. Look at that. And it's not too pigmented, which is what you want, especially with being such a bright pink. It's very buildable. Like that's very buildable. Well, that's pretty. I'm just gonna wipe off the excess of that blush and I'm just gonna dip into Nymphet as well. And I'll just put a touch of that over the top. Just, why not? It looks very lovely, like it looks very soft and natural in the skin. It's not like too like boom in your face, which is perfect. So I'm just gonna take my setting spray like I always do, and I'm gonna spray my brush directly, and I'll just tap this over the cheeks like I do to like melt all the powder in. Once I've even like pressed over that, that looks like it's just melted in so well to the skin. That highlighter doesn't even look too dark at all now. Nice, I like that. Okay. Well, okay, so what I'm gonna do is zoom you guys back out and gather my thoughts, and then I'm gonna give you like my kind of final thoughts and what I'm thinking about this collection. This is the finished look using the Pat McGrath Labs Cross Bridgerton eyeshadow palette and highlighter and blush trio palette. So I do have some thoughts. Now let's go into this one first. So let's talk about the blush and highlighter trio first. Lovely. Like, I actually do genuinely think this looked really lovely on the skin. Even like once I melted in the highlighter with some setting spray and the sponge kind of thing, it really has just like softly melted into my skin, and it definitely doesn't look like it's the wrong shade or anything like that. I definitely need to use a light hand just because it is really a darker highlight for me, but I think that's great because it's like diversity in the palettes, because I know that she has other palettes with like golden nectar in it, for example. I do like the colors. I don't think that, like, if you're my skin tone or paler, honestly, I would probably skip this unless you really want it for like the Bridgerton collab, because I think there are other shades of the blush and then other highlighters that Pat has that will be more suited to your skin tone. But if you're like deeper, like any deeper of a skin tone than me, I think that you would probably really like this. The eyeshadow palette. Now, this was honestly truly quite beautiful to use. I actually found this really fun to play with and enjoy. Like, it really was. These two satin mattes are a stunning formula. They blended out in my crease so seamlessly and easily, like truly. I will always say, like, I know that Pat is my favorite brand, but I promise you guys, like, I will tell you my true and honest feelings around any of her products. Like, I really hate the eyeshadow quad, for example, that I got Venus in first. Can't stand it. But I will always be honest with you guys, and I really do feel like these satin mattes were a lovely formula. This shade right here is just impeccable. I love it. I love the tone of it. I love how opaque it is. I love the formula of it. It's very like metallic and creamy. I love this. Like, I can see myself using this one shade. I mean, I'm going to use all of them. I actually do genuinely like all of the colors and everything in here, but this shade I can see myself on the everyday using so often. It is so pretty. And then tapping this over the top, like, I don't know about you guys, but I personally feel like it's just added something so pretty. And like, I feel like this eye look has turned out extremely wearable. But like, I've used all of these kind of almost like brighter shades and like this blue shade, but like, if you were to wear this to dinner with that blue shade over the top, you really wouldn't even tell that you're wearing like this bright blue kind of eyeshadow. It's really quite pretty. And like, again, I feel like if you put this in the crease and then tap this all over the lid, like, that would just look, it would look so pretty for like the everyday. So I do really like this. It's definitely one of the more glittery astral shades, instead of, you know how some of her astral shades are more like the green one from Sublime, for example, where it's more like an opaque metallic astral formula, and then you have the other ones like Astral Solstice from Midnight Sun, for example, where it's like that more glittery astral formula. That's definitely like this one. It's definitely the glittery one. So if you don't like that version of the astral formula, this is probably not for you. I love it. Like, truly, I love it. It's the only glitter I can stand. It's just so special and so shifty. This is the only shade in this palette that really I could take or leave. It is very pretty on the inner corner, and I think it's kind of needed because you can really create a number of different more natural, neutral looks with this shade. But I think because I own all of the Mothership palettes, I'm like, I already have these shades, so I would have personally liked to see something different. However, this all ties in so well together that I do understand why it's in here. But it's still a great formula. It still performed lovely. Like, it looks stunning on the inner corner, etc. So yeah. Overall, I really do like this palette. Like I said, I actually really had a lot of fun playing and creating this eye look. Like, truly, it was just really seamless and easy, and I just didn't have to think about it, and it all just came together so well. Like, I really enjoyed it. Do I think this is like an absolute must-have? I don't really know. I say this to you guys all the time, but every single person's value of $1 is different, and every single person's like preferences and makeup choices are different. And I think we can all have like different opinions. For example, this is stunning to me and well worth it, but maybe it's not to you, and that's also totally okay. I think if you have your eye on this because you like the color scheme or because you love the Bridgerton collab and the money is okay for you, like the price point is okay for you, I really truly don't think you would pick this up and regret it. That's at least my personal opinion. That wraps up my thoughts on the Pat McGrath Labs Cross Bridgerton collection. Let me know, is this a collection that you have picked up? Have you tried it yet? What are you thinking? Is it something that you've got your eye on, or are you just like, it's just really not for me? Any of those options is completely okay. We can all have different opinions as long as we're kind and loving about it. Now, let me know in the comments. You know, I love hearing from you guys, and I'd be super intrigued to hear what you guys think about this collection, truly. If you're watching till this point, you are an absolute legend. I truly appreciate you so much. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.